Welcome. In front of me I have the Nothing Phone 2A, and today I will show you a couple tweaks and tricks you can do on this phone. So to get started, let's open up our settings. And I'm going to start off with the display section, which is somewhere here. There we go. And first off, we have the dark theme. Now it is enabled by default on this device, but we can change that obviously, so we can turn it off if you want to, and this will also change the way your widgets look like. And additionally, you have the dark theme. When you click on the text, it allows you to change it on a schedule basis or on a custom timer or sunset to sunrise, I guess. There we go. So you can choose that, and it will automatically cycle between these two modes and give you what could be considered best of both worlds. So light during the daytime and dark one during the nighttime, unless you're the type of insane person that likes to have it light mode all the time, and then I don't think there's hope for you. Any case, moving on, let's see, a little bit further down we have colors right over here, and most devices give you a bit oversaturated image on the device, which you can change most of the time to something a little bit more toned down. And I personally like to tone it down just because I find the default colors on basically every device to be a bit overdone, and I like more natural looking images. Now this is all preferential, and outside of that you also have the option to increase or decrease the amount of like blue or yellow color, orangish, as you can see. Whoops, it's a bit too much. So there we go. Now there is not much of a visible difference on the camera, but it does most certainly impact the way, for instance, a white page would look like. You can distinctly see either it turning it more yellow or more blue. Anyway, moving on a little bit further down, we have the display refresh rate. Here we have a couple options. We have the dynamic, high, and standard. Now for people that want to get the best battery life, you might be interested in the standard. For people that want to have the nice refresh rate but still okay battery life, I recommend sticking with the default option, which is dynamic, and under no circumstances do I ever recommend using high, as it's just going to permanently run the display at 120 Hz, meaning it's going to waste a lot of battery for no reason. And scrolling a little bit further down, we have actually I think that's all we have in here, so let's get out of here. Next thing that I want to show is the glyphs, which is one of the probably main reasons you would get this device, and it's the lighting at the back. So these LEDs that you have right here. Now they're not as flashy as they are on the non-A version of these devices. So you can see how they look like. And with those things, you can actually set up a couple different things. So you can have things like ringtones and notifications, and you can see how that will affect it. You can set up a ringtone for it as well, notifications. So you have different patterns that will be played or flash on the back right here to notify you about either someone calling you, someone trying to message you. And then we have also some other features. So flip to Glyph, silent on demand. Does it actually like... Never checked it out, so let's try. Oop. Oh, so there we go. So when you do this, it automatically puts the device in silent mode and flashes the glyph to let you know that it's now in silent. Pretty neat option. Now you don't have to drop it like I do, you can just place it, but I wanted to put something soft so, you know, the display don't get scratched up. And you have things like Glyph timers, which I'm kind of curious how that works on here, considering on the non-A version there is much more of it, but let's actually show it. No, but you can see it right here. So it does look like it's gonna work pretty well right here, even though it's smaller Glyph surface, as I guess that's the best way to describe it. There is less LEDs on the back compared to the more premium versions of these devices. Anyway, moving on. The last thing that I actually wanted to show, which I think I missed, was the under display HDR display. Oh, there we go. So we can basically force content to play it in HDR, even though, for instance, content might not be in HDR. Now, The results may vary, but it's still a nice option considering this is a OLED display or AMOLED display, one of those two. So still, even if it's trying to fake it, it might still look way better than it would do in standard definition. Now, with that being said, hopefully you found this video helpful, and if you did, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and thanks for watching.